You're in business because you want money. And that's why I'm always talking about your clients and how you treat them. The moment your client walks through your doors, you're not looking at the expensive architectural design on your wall or your scented lobby or the marbles that are on your floors. They're looking at the reception that they are welcomed with when they walk into your doors. In my last video, I talked about apathy and I got DMs about how to address this with your teams. There's a saying that goes, do not judge a book by its cover. But that saying is not entirely true because you and I both make judgments about something or someone just by looking at it. And the same thing applies here. Back in the day, when you meet someone, there's a subconscious in your mind that's questioning, is this person an enemy or an ally? And when your client walks through your doors, they're asking, is this person a professional or an amateur? Let's break down apathy scientifically. In psychology, there's something called thin slicing. So this is the ability of your brain to find patterns based on events that have happened and create thin slices of experiences. So, for instance, last week when you walked into your grocery store, you can remember how the person over the counter received your payment or how the security guard bid you farewell. Those are thin slices of experiences. When you go back and you see that person, you remember that this person actually received me well. Same thing goes when you walk into a high-end establishment and the person over the counter is slouching or staring at their phones while you're walking. They are creating thin slices of apathy. You must understand that your front line is a stage. Every movement is a message. You need to frame this for your frontliners to see and read it every day. Please do. They must understand that every movement is a message. For instance, you go to buy a wristwatch, a high-end wristwatch. Take Rolex. They don't just hand you the watch. They place the watch in a velvet cushion. They wear hand gloves. They handle that product with reverence. The same way your staff must handle your brand with such reverence and care. The way they hand over a key, the way they point to an elevator, the way they help you with your bags. All these are invisible cues that makes your brand stand out. So teach your team that their body language is a frame for your product. Every movement is a message. So their awareness or consciousness in the moment when someone walks in, their posture, the way they carry themselves, no slouching, no slow movement or sluggish acts, no looking tired. Also, their readiness to act, their prompt to do. All these invisible cues are important. So here are the things we talked about today. We talked about the thin slicing, that's what your brain does with experiences. We also talked about the awareness. We talked about the posture. We talked about their readiness to act. We talked about every movement being a message and carrying your brand with reverence. So when you walk into your office tomorrow, remember that every movement your staff makes is a message. Remember that your front line is your leading line. I'll see you in the next video.